Hello, Richard from budgetguitarist.com. As a big-time guitar junkie, I look forward to seeing Reverb's list of best-selling guitars for the year. It always happens in December, and in today's videos, I want to talk about the top 10 best-selling guitars on Reverb in 2024. Let's just read the list first, shall we? And then I will share some thoughts. Okay. Number 1, Fender Player Telecaster. Number 2, Fender American Professional 2 Stratocaster. Number 3, PRS SE Silver Sky. Number 4, Fender Player Stratocaster. Number 5, Fender American Professional 2 Telecaster. It's a mouthful. Number 6, Gibson Les Paul Standard 60s. Number 7, Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s. Number 8, PRS Silver Sky John Mayer Signature. Number 9, PRS SE David Grissom Tremolo Signature. And number 10, PRS SE Custom 24. And if we count the brands, there's 4 Fenders, there's 4 PRS, and there's 2 Gibsons. So if you want to check out numbers 11 through 20, there's a link down below to the Reverb page, and you can check those out too. It's kind of interesting. All right, let's talk about them. At number 1, the Fender Player Telecaster, selling for between $609 and $679 new on Reverb. Made in Mexico, Alnico 5 pickups, medium jumbo frets. I think this is a solid guitar for the money, but I think you'll lose a little sustain on your high E string when you have the individual saddles. You can get those compensated brass saddles for this Tele, like I did on mine, and I think it gives high E string a little more zing, a little more fullness. Otherwise, it's a great guitar. Number 2 is the Fender American Professional 2 Stratocaster, which is the longest name in the top 10 list, right? Reverb's got it for between $1,200 and $1,600. I think $1,300 is a reasonable price for an American Strat, new. But personally, I'd be looking for a used American Strat for maybe a little under $1,000. I'm a little surprised the American Strat outsold the Mexican Strat in 2024. I mean, honestly, it's the opposite of the Tele. Why do you think that is? I don't have any theories. If you do, put them in the comments section and share it with the class. Number 3 is the PRS SE Silver Sky. No big surprise. This thing has been huge since it came out. It's going for between like $625 and $675 right now on Reverb. And it's good news that there's a million of these out there if you want one, because you can find one used pretty easily. And honestly, I think it's great for the money. But I think the reason you find so many used is the neck is beefier than the regular Fender Mexican or American Strat. Not everyone likes a fatter neck. It's a pretty personal decision. I mean, I like a thinner neck myself. I do like the SE Silver Sky pickups, and there aren't too many SE pickups that I like, so there's that. Number 4, Fender Made in Mexico Player Stratocaster. So between $609 and $679, just like the MIM Teles. What's not to like? It's a Strat. I love Strats. $609 is a great price, honestly. Number 5 is the Fender American Professional 2 Telecaster, the second longest name in this list. Guess what we get with the American version? The improved 3-piece compensated brass saddles I was just talking about. That's awesome. It comes with great pickups between $1,349 and $1,549. I mean, again, I would go used, but I think it's worth the money. It's a great guitar. Number 6 on the list is our first Gibson, the Les Paul Standard 60s. It's between $2,200 and $2,800. Clearly, I am not the target audience for this guitar. If you're okay with no binding, less pretty wood, and you're okay to buy used, get a Les Paul Tribute or a Les Paul Studio for half the price. It's pretty much going to sound the same. On the other hand, the Les Paul Standard is one of the most iconic guitars ever. So if you've got the money, I totally get why you'd like to own one. If somebody gave me one, I would love it. Actually, I'd probably sell it. But number 7 is the Les Paul Standard 50s. So it's got a slightly fatter neck. Other than that, it's the same similar guitar, so I'm just going to move on. So number 8 is the PRS Silver Sky John Mayer Signature, made in Maryland between 2000 and about 2,500. Here's my opinion. These things are set up perfectly from the factory, or at least all the ones that I played, unlike the Fender American Strats earlier in this list. But the Silver Sky costs more money. The pickups are great. The neck is fat, and if you like fat Strat necks, you'd probably like it. For the record, I am a big John Mayer fan. If the SE Silver Sky came with like a skinny neck, I would already own one. All right, we're going quick. We got 2 left. Number 9 is the PRS SE David Grissom Tremolo Signature, right between 721 and 764. It's been getting high marks online for good reason. I played one and it played great. You can tap the humbuckers, but I mean, honestly, I'm not blown away by the pickups in this thing. I think they're good, not great. Pickup sound is a very personal thing, though. Don't take my word for it. I've never met an SE humbucker that I loved. And finally, at number 10, my own personal favorite, the PRS SE Custom 24, between $613 and $721. I've got an older SE Custom 24, back when they were made in South Korea. It's one of my 3 favorite guitars. I love that thing. Again, I do prefer upgraded pickups, but that aside, these guitars are amazing. They look great. They play great. I'm a huge fan. So basically, it's the same old guitars in the top 10, isn't it? Tellys, Strats, Les Pauls, and PRS humbucker guitars. 7 out of 10 of these guitars are less than $2,000. Half of them are less than $1,000. That's not that surprising to me. You know what is surprising, though? 4 of the top 5 guitars are Fender. And the one that isn't is the SE Silver Sky, which is basically a Strat copy with a fatter neck. I mean, we gotta say, Leo Fender got it right back in the 50s, man. What a genius. As always, thank you very much for watching. And I will see you again some future Friday at 5.